Right, you're back in, huh? She's ready for the sexual tips. Nice work. We're going to need both of you for this, actually. It's pretty dark. These sexual tips are not to be used lightly, and also please listen to the clarifications that I offer before you judge me, okay? Remember that we're doing this after I invited you to give feedback on whether or not you wanted sexual tips, and you all went, yeah! So then don't go, ugh, those sexual tips are disgusting. You wanted them, and now you're going to have them. First of all, we'll start with a thing that I like very much, but it's very important that you understand that as a man you must never suggest it, okay? Okay, but if the other person, male or female, offers it, that's very nice. Exciting, in fact. But we, the practitioner, must never ask for it. Okay, is that understood? Yeah. Never suggest it. But if the other person suggests it, it's fine. I like it, you know, and I'd never suggest this, but I like it, those blowjobs where, and I would not suggest this only if the other person wants to do it, you don't suggest it to them like a pig, like an animal, like a monster, but if they suggest it, isn't it nice when those blowjobs where it goes into their neck a little bit? But only if they suggest it. You don't suggest it like an animal. Those blowjobs where it makes this noise. Don't suggest it. That's ill-mannered. But if it happens, lovely. Those blowjobs. I like that noise. It's a lovely sound. Where mascara runs. Like a pervert clown gargling into an unforbidding universe. Rivulets of perfect drool hanging in sabres from the chin. Oh my God! Don't suggest it, but if they offer it, thank you. I was having one of those blowjobs once as a single man, and I had suggested it. I'm not a monster. Sort of almost, I was like an innocent bystander and I sort of walked into it. That's how you should envisage this. And it was going very well and I was having a thoroughly pleasant time. Thanks. Shouldn't pat people on the head, that's patronising. Should go for the shoulder. Thanks, mate. Cheers. That wasn't their face. High five. I was having one of those blowjobs, and it reached its natural and frankly beautiful conclusion, and the young lady in question withdrew me from her larynx. That's an exaggeration. She withdrew my cock. It's more like... She looked at me very seriously with the clown makeup and that. Went, do you like me deep throating you? I said, well, yes, but I don't like you using the word deep throat as a continuous verb. We've had a lovely evening, let's not forget our grammar. We're not animals. Don't spoil it. That's how decorum and politeness can make even the filthiest activities seem actually rather quaint and charming. Also, you can put ribbons places. Perhaps a few jars of potpourri. Makes everything seem much more palatable. I think, before we go into more boundless sexual information, I'd like the opportunity to help and assist someone here. We've already established that there's a young man here who requires help. It's you, Brian. Brian, do you have a telephone with you?
Oh my God.
Brian, you've got your telephone. I'd like you to come up here because I want to help you to become happy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brian. Brian, you've got your telephone. I'd like you to come up here because I want to help you to become happy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brian. to congratulate you on your t-shirt.
Thanks.
It looks like me after a horrific accident, which my facial features have been mysteriously sealed up. Like that bad person in Harry Potter, Voldemort. Sorry if I keep touching you. It's needlessly erotic. Okay, Brian, sit yourself down here and let's see if we can make some improvements in your life. So currently you're a single man.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've already found one lucky young lady who's interested. Is that the gender in which you are primarily interested?
Yeah.
The female?
Yes.
Not men?
Right.
Even me?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's alright, mate. You don't have to, just because I'm being kind to you, allow me to ejaculate into your bottom. That is taking politeness a little too far. Although this conversation is happening in Boston, where you insulted our royal family by throwing our tea into your waters. And all because we wanted just a little bit of tax for nothing. I'm not blaming you for that. That's not a reason why you, Brian, should give up your sexual preferences. So you prefer women?
Right.
Okay, now, I myself, when I was a single man, I didn't go around judging. Like, for me, the only real qualification was, you're a woman, aren't you? In fact, when I was single, as long as you were aged between, like, 18 and death, you were eligible. She's still alive, quick, get in the bed! Sir, you're gonna knock the trip over! That never happened, though. It's not an actual event. Fucking hell, what? You fucked someone while they were dying? No! Well, a bit. Of course not! It's resuscitating them. Okay, Brian, so is there anyone you've got your eye on? Have you seen anyone this evening?
No. Sorry.
There's people screaming out loud. It is Brian. What?
It's hard to see up here at the moment.
Don't judge people by what they look like, Brian. Oh, Brian, it's your first mistake. Out there in the darkness, there's someone for you. And I think it's her, to be honest. If that's what she sounds like just at the proposition of a date, imagine when she has an orgasm. It's going to be brilliant. Who is that keeps making that sound? Right, I'm beginning to think it's not a sound of excitement, but just the only means of communication that she has. Now, I don't want to set up a date, I want to make a documentary about Wolf Girl. Tragically, Amy can only make the sound of a wolf. Come down here, you Wolf Girl. Wolf Girl, come. Don't for fuck's sake turn the lights on, we ain't got time. But Wolf Girl, if you could make your way tentatively through the darkness, we'll see if you are a viable proposition for Brian. It's nerve-wracking for me as well, Brian, because all I know there's fuck all happening now. Is that her getting up? Are you coming, Wolf Girl? How? She's putting her arms up now. She's found another means of communication. She's excited. Make your way. Come this way, darling. Look at that. She's a good mover, mate. Are you going to get a keep up? And she's fucking high-fiving people on the way. Oh, she's stopped and she's sucking someone off. No, look. Don't leave it all in the gym, love. Save some for Brian. Oh, look, you're beautiful. Come here. She's lovely. She's come up the stairs, you maniac. That was not a good indication of intelligence. But you saw a staircase and thought the obvious choice was to try and clamber up here. My hand was there. Let's talk to you for a bit. What is your name?
My name is Jamie.
Jamie, you're a heterosexual female?
Yes, I am.
You've seen Brian?
Yes, I have seen Brian.
Well, seems that my work is done. We're not in Bangkok, so we can't demand that they just do stuff now. That would be unsavoury. But Brian, I think that... What's your name again?
Jamie.
Jamie. I think Jamie's lovely. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think that the two of you might be made for one another. What would you like to do? Go on a date?
Of course.
You're not putting up very much resistance, Jamie. It's becoming like... Listen, I'd like to sanction this between the two of you, but what I don't... Brian, you make sure you behave yourself, because if something goes wrong on this date, and you end up, like, putting her in a bag and throwing her in a river, it's going to reflect very badly on me. You're not mad, are you? You seem quite nice, but, you know, they always do. He was a nice, quiet man. We hardly knew he was there, said neighbours, before Brian threw Jamie into the fucking river. Don't want any of that going on. By the end of the date, I don't want Jamie's face to look like that. A barren wasteland of features. Allow her to retain the beauty that she has currently been gifted. Okay? Nice. Well, I mean, to tell you the truth, I think it's gone really well, and the two of you should just go and sit together for the rest of the evening and work this out. Report back to me via Twitter, @RustyRockets. I'd like to remain in touch with you.
@JDarRock. Dot with 2 T's.
What, you're telling me your information? Don't start flirting with other people already. I haven't been out with him yet. It's going to be fucking hard work, Brian. We've got a live one there. I mean, morally, she's disgusting, but think of the sex. She is going to be a monster. I don't want to make any judgments, but I think you might possibly get some... By the end of this evening, she's going to look like Heath Ledger's Joker. Just to specify the part that he played in the film. Let's not get confused about that. Right, okay, well, I think you're not having any doubts, either of you? Then, ladies and gentlemen, please applaud Brian and Jamie as they go forward into their new life. They're going to be fine, those kids. Don't you murder him either, that would still be bad. I'd be able to live with that more. Oh, well, you're just going to go your separate ways? Sit on his lap or something. Or next to him, squeeze out, you don't have to do anything sexist. You're there with another bloke. Are you there with another man? You're on a date. What's going on? Jamie, squeeze yourself down next to Brian. Look at him stood there. This is breaking my heart. Squish him. The show's over in about 10 minutes. Don't have a ticket. What do you think? Someone's going to go, oh, excuse me, miss, can I see your ticket? They're aware of the narrative. Everyone's seen what just happened. It's not what kind of enforcement do you think is going on here in Husky Land? Yes, we're in the doghouse. We're not in Guantanamo Bay. Sit down next to him. There. It's charming to watch that, the two of them. They're going to be all right. We need someone else to help now.